There's a movement in LA. The Purple Line extension will connect downtown LA to Westwood. Follow along for a 360 tour underground. The corner of Wilshire Boulevard and La Brea Avenue is the site of a major construction muck yard, just minutes from the La Brea tar pits. The first phase of tunneling has begun back towards Wilshire and Western, so let's grab our brass and take the elevator underground to check out the space-age tunnel boring machines, TBMs. We are now about 75 feet underground at the level of the future platform of the Wilshire and La Brea station. The shaft opening on the right is called the car passer and is used to transport large items from the yard to the underground site. All of the parts and equipment for the TBMs were lowered through this opening. This shaft will eventually be the main entrance to the station. The tracks here are temporary and used for transporting supplies throughout the site. Off in the distance, twin tunnel boring machines, or TBMs, are visible. This is a view from inside the tunnel boring machine during its final phase of assembly before actual tunneling begins. A TBM works like a giant drill to slowly cut through the earth, digging tunnels where subways will eventually travel. The entire Purple Line extension will be dug with tunnel boring machines. TBMs for the first section of the Purple Line are named Soyeon and Elsie and are each about 400 feet long. Surveyors are documenting baseline measurements prior to the start of tunneling. These measurements will help engineers keep the TBM on course and track any ground movement. This is a view of the trailing gear, which is all of the equipment behind the TBM. We are moving slowly into the TBM itself. This is a view from inside the TBM. As the TBM digs, it presses concrete ring segments into the ground to form the tunnel. The machine leaves a 6-inch gap between the segment and the ground, which is immediately filled by an injection of cement and silicate grout, which hardens in seconds. Tail seal grease is pumped between the cutter head and the shield on the segments to fill area between, filling space, and maintaining pressure. This is the very front of the tunnel boring machine, just behind the cutter head. The cutter head is 21.5 feet wide and has 114 teeth to dig into the soil below Wilshire Boulevard. In this view, the cutter head is pressed against the dirt in preparation to bore. Section 1 of the Purple Line extension is scheduled to open in 2023. Join the movement. Find out more about construction progress and sign up to receive updates at metro.net/purple.